Welcome back to the program. Today we are talking all about weight loss and eating healthy, and we're in the kitchen with certified lifestyle expert Kwavi. So Kwavi, tell us what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, how it all needs to work.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is categorizing your eating.
Okay.
When you categorize what you eat, it will help you to get to your ideal healthy weight. So, the first thing I want to talk about is there are 4 categories when it comes to eating.
Okay.
The first one is fuel eating. And I like to imagine fuel eating as an employee that does really good work.
Okay.
So fuel foods are those foods that we put into our bodies with the expectation that it's going to help us perform better, give us energy, we won't feel sleepy, we're not going to feel bloated, and it will help us maintain our ideal weight.
Okay.
Such as these items here. And fuel foods are foods that are not artificial, no preservatives. They're mostly foods that we get from the earth.
And they're all
plants.
pretty much colorful, right?
Colorful,
Very
different
colorful.
colors. Yeah, you have so many different options
Yes,
to choose from.
I see that.
And
So these peppers over here are good for you. I like
right,
those. Those look good.
yeah. And when I talk about employees, I look at fuel foods as, you know, the good employees, the top quality employees, employees that are performing really well. And when we eat processed food, those are considered like the lazy employees. They're not doing their work well. And the other foods I like to talk about when I talk about fuel foods are diet foods. Diet foods I consider as contract employees. They work for a little while, but they're not sustainable.
Okay.
You know, so that's how, and you know,
Okay.
if you do fuel eating, that is the first area that you want to look at. What can you do and put in your body that can fuel your body?
Okay.
And that's a matter of choice.
And like you said, really as much as you want of fuel foods.
Yeah. Well, not as
Throughout
much.
the day,
No,
right?
well, you can eat.
You can overeat it, but you
Yes.
gotta.
Yes, you don't want to overeat it because you'll know when you're full. So stop when you're full. But
Okay.
you want to choose these items throughout the course of the day. And
Okay.
ideally, you want to have about 90% of your food in the fuel eating area.
Okay.
Category.
Okay. And so what else do we have on the list when it comes to this?
The other category is joy eating.
Okay.
And that is exactly what it means, joy eating. Those are those foods that we eat where we enjoy. Like
Right.
for me, it's chocolate cupcakes. I love chocolate cupcakes. That's mine.
Okay.
However, you can't do chocolate cupcakes every day. You have to bear in mind that, okay, this is my joy eating category of food. And you put it in that section and know that, okay, you can do it about 10% of the time. So not always.
So when you say 10% of the time, are you talking about weekly?
Yeah,
or
maybe once a week.
Once a
Once a
week,
week
okay.
should be, yeah. Once a week is fine. Once every 2 weeks, depending on what that joy food is, obviously. Yeah, but yeah, those are those types of food that all they do is really provide joy to us. They kind of entertain us. We get very
Right,
excited when we
right.
think about it. But they do nothing for nourishment.
Right. And so that was point number 2, right?
Point number
okay.
2.
What's number 3?
The number 3 is fog eating. And that is sometimes where I call it mindless eating. And we can do that when we're probably watching a game, like a football game or a basketball game, or maybe a really good movie, and you're just eating and you're not even aware that you're eating. It's like you're in a fog.
Right.
Completely oblivious to what's going on. And then sometimes what happens is you might finish a bag of chips, and then you look and you're like, it's empty. That wasn't me,
Right.
but it was you. But it was because
Where'd
you were
that go?
but you were
Right.
mindlessly eating.
Right.
So you want to be aware
So
when
you
that
gotta-
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that.
Yeah, you have to watch out.
I'm
for
sure there's
that.
a lot of fog eaters out there. It happens.
It happens, yeah. But the thing is, once you become aware of it, you can stop it. That's the thing.
Yes.
Because you can't be in a fog and be aware. You can't. You know, if you know it, you're in it. Then you're not in the fog.
Okay.
You know. So once
Stay
you
out of
become
the
aware,
fog.
yes.
And so you have a 4th point too? Is that
Yes.
right?
The 4th one is storm eating, and storm eating is the one where you're aware, but you're eating it anyway.
It's like
It could
you're in a rage.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's more emotional. It's binge eating. It's when, you know, I am so mad, I'm going to eat, and then you go home and you just buy, you know, maybe a bag of cookies, and you just go through it, or you buy a big tub of ice cream and you go right through it.
Yeah.
Those types of eating. And unfortunately, those you're aware, but you can stop it. You know, those are the ones where you know that they don't, you know, they don't do anything for you. They just make you gain weight. And most times when you do the fog eating, the storm eating, I mean, it's for foods that are not really good for you or healthy for you.
Right. I see also you have a basket of some stuff over here. Is
Yeah.
this fuel foods as well?
This is fuel foods.
And what is this?
Now, this is fuel food, but you can do this if you don't, because some people don't really like to eat their vegetables. You can drink your vegetables. This is a smoothie. And this
yes, I like
contains
smoothies.
kale, lemon, pineapples, and an orange, and that's it.
So if you do, because that's a pretty big thing right now.
Yes.
And my wife's kind of into that with the smoothies and so
Yes.
forth, and mixing all this stuff.
Yes.
How does that take the place of a meal, in your opinion?
And it depends. Like what I do, for me, my smoothie is like a midday snack, mid-morning
Okay.
snack. I normally have that, you know. But depending on how much of it you're having, you can have it to replace your meal.
Yeah.
Easily.
But a very good thing to do.
Oh, it's a good thing to do. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think the smoothies, once you mix some stuff like that, that's fresh together, it's good.
It's very good.
Ah,
Yeah, and they
it's
taste
really
good.
good.
I mean, they do. Sometimes people get worried about the color, but once you get past the color, it tastes great.
Don't worry about the color.
Yeah.
It's the taste.
Yeah.
So what is an ideal meal plan, in your opinion?
Yeah. An ideal meal plan is eating 6 times a day. So I would recommend the first thing in the morning you have some breakfast. And your breakfast could even be cereal, like a granola, but you have to be careful with some of that because sometimes they put more sugar in it or they have some additives in it. Or you can even have a bowl of fruit. It really depends on taste and your day. You have that. Then mid-morning you can have, like I normally have a smoothie. I take a smoothie to work on my way to work, so I can have that. Or you can take a banana or an orange for mid-morning snack. And then for lunch, you can have a protein. I always recommend a protein and some vegetables. It could be fish with some vegetables, chicken with some vegetables. But it's always good to have a protein because protein at least helps you stay full for a longer period of time.
Okay.
And if you do have a salad, I tell people to stay away from the dressing. Or if you do have dressing, take just a little bit because sometimes some dressing, just the packets they give you, sometimes are like 300 calories just in that little pack.
That's where they get you.
Yeah,
with
so
the
you're like, oh, I'm
dressings.
having a salad, yeah, but how much, you know, look at the dressing also. And then you have a late afternoon snack, which could be another piece of fruit, or it could be some grape tomatoes, it could be some carrots. And then evening, you want to have dinner, and dinner I normally say at least protein and vegetables. Have that. You can have some carbs in there, but definitely fruit, your protein, lean protein, and your vegetables. And if you still want to have something after that, you can still have something, you know, a piece of fruit, you know, a few nuts, and call it a day.
All right. So there you go. You got your recipe for getting that ideal weight for this summer. Quavi, great job.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being on the program.
Thank
Very
you, Adam.
good stuff. And for more healthy eating and healthy lifestyle tips, just go to Quavi.com. Lots more ahead coming up on the show. When we come back, we're shedding our winter skin and getting ready for summer. How to get that summer glow right after this break.